Hello, Bossy World. Welcome to Boxing Block Center. A lot of people, a lot of the boxing fans around the globe are wondering why the unified heavyweight ruler of the whole wide world, Anthony Joshua, hasn't made a statement or comment regarding the outcome of the Wilder Fury bout. They wonder why Joshua is quiet still. Why hasn't he jumped on Twitter and start, blabbing his mouth saying, I'll fight the winner or something like that? That's because Joshua is a smart businessman. Joshua knows that a fight between him and Wilder will not happen or might not happen because Deontay Wilder has to rectify himself, has to show the world that he can beat us Fury, because that fight that I just reversed for the fourth time right now is a clear Tyson Fury win. There is no argument about it. Deontay Wilder had 2 knockdowns, yes, but Fury controlled the fight before that. And have to listen, people think that in boxing you score fights depending on how many times you knock people down. It doesn't work that way. There's a reason why it's called boxing. You pick up points. You know what I mean? So until you knock someone out, that is when it counts. Why the points wouldn't matter or something like that. But as long as the person is still breathing and still fighting and still out-jabbing you and still schooling you like Fury did to Wilder, that fight isn't over. And Tyson Fury clearly won that fight. But hey, Deontay Wilder showed a tremendous heart. Deontay Wilder is a deadly puncher, I have to say that. But he has to stay far away from Joshua, because that Fury that Wilder fought wasn't even the best Fury. I just finished watching the Vladimir Klitschko against Fury fight and rewatching the Wilder Fury fight as well. And just looking at both of the fight, I can see that Tyson Fury is not even at his best. You know what I mean? His reflexes weren't as sharp as they were against Klitschko. Just imagine if Tyson Fury was at his best. Tyson Fury is not an entertaining fighter like he was an entertaining fighter before for Klitschko, but he's not a guy that you expect lots of knockouts from, But he's a guy that when you're a real boxing fan, you love watching him fight. Because why? Because of the skills. For a big man like that, 6'9", moving like a middleweight, slicking punches, like sliding. This guy is just too much of a maestro when it comes to the boxing game. There is no contest. In fact, I think that Tyson Fury will give Joshua a lot of problems, if not beat Joshua. The only thing that I think Joshua possesses against Tyson Fury is that Joshua is a deadly inside fighter. And against Tyson Fury, Joshua is going to rip Tyson Fury's body, apart. He's going to work on the body. We all know that. He's going to go to the body. Joshua is a deadly inside fighter, and Tyson Fury will have to try control Joshua with his jab. The King Joshua hasn't really made any comment or any statement regarding Tyson Fury's, disrespect towards him, calling him a chicken or something like that. He's not going to comment on that. You don't expect Joshua to get into those trash talk, something like that. He's a businessman, a smart businessman and a professional athlete. So he keeps it professional. I have to say that Fury was amazing, but it's still not the best of Fury. And this has really given Tyson Fury lots and lots of confidence to even train more harder. I think if Wilder and Fury have a rematch, I personally think it will be in the UK, because I don't think Fury will like to fight America again, fight Deontay America again, because he knows what's going to happen. I think it will be in the UK, and I think if they have a rematch and Wilder fights Tyson Fury in the UK, he will lose that fight. The crowd will get to him. Mentally, Fury would destroy him. Because let's say Wilder said he wasn't bothered about Tyson Fury's coming towards him during the build up to the fight. But that really got to him because if it didn't get to him, he wouldn't have been trying to knock Tyson Fury out by force. I mean, he wanted to just knock Tyson Fury out by all means necessary and try to make a statement. You know, he wanted to force it. He was forcing the knockout. He was forcing it. But he never realized that Tyson Fury might have been out of the ring for more than 3 years, fight a guy like Pianata or Seferi. This guy still has the slick boxing skills. Still possesses everything and is just amazing and incredible. You know, I'm a huge fan of Tyson Fury, although I don't like what he says sometimes. Sometimes he isn't professional. But when it comes to the boxing game, he's definitely a boxing maestro. And the only person I think can beat Tyson Fury is King Joshua. No other guy can beat him. A guy like Usyk, Tyson Fury will just toy with Usyk. Usyk is a phenomenal boxer, but the height, reach advantage, and also the size alone difference. Tyson Fury is not just a guy. He's not just a ordinary 6'9" guy. He's a 6'9" guy that can move like a middleweight, and his footwork is just amazing. So Tyson Fury, in my opinion, can beat a guy like Luis Ortiz easy on points. Tyson Fury on points will win with below fighters. I'm just telling you the truth. Against Joshua, he might even do the job, but the thing is that Joshua is a special fighter. And you will get to see it when Joshua and Fury meet. Joshua is a special fighter. He has all deadly tricks, you know, in his arsenal that he hasn't revealed yet. And when he gets to reveal it, the world we, you know, just say wow. We didn't know Joshua had this sort of arsenal and this sort of weapon in his arsenal. So just be surprised because Joshua is a special fighter, like I said. Tyson Fury is a magnific boxer and he has all my respect, like I said before, guys. Like the video, give it to us below. Do you think Anthony Joshua should reply to Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury's statement towards him, or he should just keep quiet and not say anything? Like, maybe I think it would definitely give you a reaction. I think during maybe this week, Sky Sports team will meet up with him and do an interview with him and ask him about the Fury fight. I think we'll definitely give his reaction about and his thoughts about the fight. But I don't think he will try to, you know, badmouth Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. I just think he will be ready to fight anyone. But the thing is that we just have to wait and see what happens, guys. The heavyweight division is getting exciting, and Anthony Joshua still remains the number one heavyweight in the world. There is no doubt about that. 22 fights. He's already a unified champion, so unified heavyweight ruler of the whole wide world, and nobody can change that. That's my opinion, guys. Like the video, share, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Cheers, everyone.